Yeah, good evening all. Yes, sorry for the delay. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yeah, you can see you're able to see your screen.
And thank you. So in the last session, just I was discussing about Google Cloud Platform, data engineer, the role of data engineer and ETL developer. Traditional ETL developer is a data engineer, right? Data engineer, he need to work with all varieties of data. And who is a GCP data engineer? What he does, what his roles, and various GCP data engineering products and services, and job market of GCP. Okay, as requested by some of the students, just today I'll be showing you some practical part, right? Fine. Various cloud service providers. How many of you have got a subscription to GCP? Can you say yes in the chat? How many of you have got either paid or free subscription to this GCP? Okay. Yeah. So various cloud service providers at AWS, Azure, GCP. We have got many service providers in this way: Oracle Cloud, Salesforce, VMware, Liquid Web, Alibaba Cloud, right? Most companies are preferring GCP, Azure, and AWS. GCP growth is increasing rapidly, right? Increasing. We store, read, retrieve data. We perform data analytics. We see. Just I'll take 5 to 10 minutes, right? What we discussed in the last class. So we store data, we read, retrieve data, perform data analytics. We see high availability of data. Here, data is safe and secure, like Gmail. So just like how we are storing the videos in YouTube, how we are storing the messages in Gmail, and how we are storing data, Google search engine data, right? Yes. The same infrastructure, what we are using for all these things, in the same way, GCP uses the same infrastructure for storing data and for computation. Right. Okay. If you see here, we store data, as I said, we store, we retrieve data, we perform data analytics. You see high availability of data means high availability of data means here data stored in different places. If server is down, we get data from the other things. We are going to get data from the other things, right? Yes. Here data will be safe and secure, and as compared with the AWS, Azure, and GCP, why we go for GCP means the fast biggest network in the world. I said GCP is the fast biggest network in the world. Google has got many data centers throughout the world. They have got high-end virtual machines, and also like petabyte bandwidth, high performance, and whatever the computation and the storage both are separate. Each individual VM has got its own storage, the separate RAM, and we have got a number of clusters. Each cluster will have a number of nodes. Yes. And also like pricing, flexible pricing as compared with AWS and Azure, and discounted price applied, right, for running long workloads, for example, for 10 years, 15 years, right, for these things. Customization, many cloud will create many instances, right? Yes. Customizing the instances. Scalability, easy to scale means capacity increasing or decreasing. Live migration, if you are already got data is present in a particular component, right, you can lively migrate to GCP without impacting the existing data. Azure and AWS cannot perform this kind of live migration. And also we got like big data ML, right? Big data ML, we get the inbuilt the predefined ML and AI APIs in GCP. And also like free trials. Some services will be free, I said, for lifetime. Some services will be free for 1 year. Some will be free for 3 months. Customer systems migration, right? Yes. Data engineer, the current data engineer, as compared with the previous ETL developer, data engineer has to perform everything. He deals with data. He need to play with the data. He need to handle data, means he need to have experience in the data management, data storage and processing. You need to work with all varieties of data. You would like structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. You need to work with streaming data, NoSQL data, all formats of data. And also is engineering, data engineering involves handling, ingesting, extracting, sorting, filtering data, right? Transforming data, processing data, merging, sorting, grouping, and analyzing data, right? Yes. See, yeah. And It also involves how to extract, that is how to extract data, that is the sources of the data, what is the format of the data, how to process the data, what is the destination of the data from different sources, from databases, from IoTs, from applications, extract data, store or load, ELT we say. For here it is ELT. Here our working style is ELT, but here it is working style is ETL, but here we say ELT, extract, load, and transform. A data engineer designs and maintains the entire organization's entire data infrastructure. GCP data engineer ensures data quality, data storage, and data processing, that is data management, collaborating with data scientists and analysts, monitoring data infrastructure, implementing ETL and data security, right? Yes. And key GCP products or services, right? Yes, cloud storage for storing the data, BigQuery for fast querying, storage analysis, right? Yes. Data proc for big data processing and analytics. Data flow, Databricks is there, PySpark processing in GCP. Data flow for stream and batch. Some are for stream and batch data processing. Cloud Composer, right? Yes. Apache Airflow for automating and monitoring data pipelines. PubR Sub for messaging and data ingestions, right? Ingestions. So they are fully categorized into like compute, storage, big data, and machine learning, right? Yes. In the case of compute, we say app engine, compute engine, container engine. In the storage, object, relational, non-relational, and data warehouse. Object like cloud storage, relational like Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner. Non-relational like Cloud Firestore, Bigtable. Cloud Firestore, Bigtable, and data warehouse like BigQuery. Later, I discuss in brief about these components, even like in big data like Dataproc, Dataflow, Databricks, PubSub, BigQuery, machine learning like Vision API, Speech API, Translate API, machine learning, right? Yes. Okay. So I'll come back, right? Just hardly it takes just around 2 minutes, just 1 to 2 minutes for creating this Azure free subscription, right? If you want to just work with the practical things, just okay. Before that, okay. So if you want to interact with the GCP services, interacting with the GCP services, right? If you want to interact with GCP services, multiple ways, mainly 4 ways. First one, through console. If I want to interact with any GCP service, 4 ways, right? First is console, cloud shell, cloud shell, cloud SDK, and some API third party. This API third party, okay. So how we can interact directly? Okay. So console is there, cloud shell is there, cloud SDK. Sorry, it is SDK. In a simple way, just at by the end, you will be seeing the differences about this cloud SDK, API third party, these 4 things. So if you want to interact, okay, I'll show you the installation process step by step in the next class. But Just if you want to interact, just observe here. I'm opening console dot, if you want to open console.cloud.google.com, console.cloud.google.com. If we say enter, yes, you will be getting it. Console.cloud.google.com. This is what the home page. This is the home page, right? You can see all this. So if you want, what is that account? Switch account. Which account means this one. This is my account. By default, whenever you get a free subscription, right? For GCP free subscription, you will be given $300 credits. $300 credits. $300 credits will be added to your account. Will be added freely to your account. So $300 credits will be added freely. To your account. That is around 26,000. That is around 26,000 rupees, which you need to use. In 3 months. Within 3 months time. That is around 26,000 rupees, which to be used within 3 months. That is 90 days. So here console, right? You can see just console got opened in this way. So if you want to open anything, can you see at the left side? This is that at the left side you can see see all these things, right? You can see all the services, cloud storage, BigQuery, Cloud SQL, all this you can see. If I want to work with any BigQuery in the search, if you type BigQuery or cloud storage, anything, whatever you want, you can search it here. You'll get that. So it is a visual, I can say web-based GUI interface. For example, this console is a web-based, and that too it is a GUI interface, graphical user interface, I can say. GUI interface. See, using this console, we can interact with the GCP services. It's a web-based GUI using which we can interact with the GCP services. Cloud Shell is there. Cloud Shell also, it is also a web-based. It is also a web-based. It is a CLI. It is a web-based CLI, GUI interface. I can say console is a web-based GUI interface. It is a web-based CLI, command line interface. Using commands, we interact with the services. Using commands, we interact with the services. So if you want to work with this, right, to work with this, once you enter into the home page, once your activation, you got that account, this is your home page. Can you see this activate cloud shell is there? Activate cloud shell is there, right? Just if you click on this, it will get opened, right? Cloud shell gets opened. Cloud shell gets opened. You can see authorize, you need to say authorize, right? So let me, okay, this is what the cloud shell. So let me open in a separate window. See, if I click on this, open in a new window, it gets open in a separate window. it gets opened in a separate window. Yes, in this way it gets open. Very simple, right? To interact with the services. It got open. Cloud Shell, see here, Cloud Shell is free for all the users. It comes with a Cloud SDK, G Cloud. It needs a permission to use your credentials, right? You need to say authorize. Just now I said authorize, right? Once terminal got opened, you open in a separate window. So just I'll close the previous one. I'll just close the previous one, right? Yes, and just I'm closing the previous opened one. Now this is, for example, I want to list out BigQuery LS. I'm saying BigQuery, sorry, BQ it is BQLS. I'm saying using commands only. I need to interact. I want to interact with BigQuery LS. It has to list out the data sets in BigQuery. Whenever I say BQLS means to list out the data sets in BigQuery. As of now, we just created yesterday itself. So there are no data sets. It won't display anything. Okay. For example, even if you want BQ, once if you have created BQLS, the sample data set name, we provide the data set name. Within the data set, what are the tables, it will display those tables. For example, one more. GSUtil, let's say. GSUtil. We can use to interact with Google storage. We see whenever I say GSUtil, you can see many commands. You will be getting help commands. In order to list the buckets, for example, in Google Cloud Storage, I was talking, if I want to interact with a service, with a GCP service, what is that? Google Cloud Storage. So here, CLEAR, clear, you can say. If I want to, in order to list the buckets present in the cloud storage, Google Cloud Storage, GSUtil. So we have got this command, list. It lists the buckets in the Google Cloud Storage. So generally here not able to list the buckets, right? Because I have to set up this account until we have a project. We need to have a project. Until we doesn't have a project, we cannot use these commands for interaction purpose. Fine. GSUtil stands for Google Storage Util. As there is no project, I'm not able to see any of these buckets. Okay. So there are multiple ways. I said console is the way. It is a web-based GUI for interacting with GCP services. Visually, we can interact. I said Cloud Shell. The second one is Cloud Shell, what I'm discussing currently. It is also web-based command line interface. Using commands we are interacting. So here I can say in Cloud Shell, again, there are two types. Two types are there here in Cloud Shell, two types. Terminal, second editor. Terminal and editor. Terminal, here we run the commands and scripts. For running commands and scripts. Editor, version control. Version control system, managing source code. Managing source code. Here also we can run just like VS Code, just like VS Code. Just like VS Code ID. So terminal and editor. You can see this is a terminal what we are discussing currently. If you want to open editor, just unselect this terminal, right? Unselect this terminal. You can see two things here. Can you see open terminal, open editor? You can see here. We can see two things, open terminal and open editor. Just click on this open editor, you can say. Okay. If you click this Explorer, right? Open folder. You can say open folder. So home, this is my user email ID. So just say okay. So open this editor is from Cloud Shell. So just you can see, can close this. Now, if you want to create any kind of Python code using Python code, if you want to interact also, you can create any Python files here. If you want to create a Python file, so here a new file. If you want to create a new file, new folder, if you want to create a new file, I want to create. For example, demo.py, I want to create a demo.py, I want to create. So demo.py, you can say any valid Python statements here. Yes, good evening. So just if you want to print anything, x as 10, y as 20, print x plus y. Some code, Python code you are writing. If you want to execute that, write it here, run Python. Run Python in terminal, run this. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the output here? Good evening and 30. Good evening and 30. You want to open terminal? Okay. See here, if I want to get both, this is this editor. If you want to get terminal, select this. Terminal also you'll be getting. If I want to execute the above program code from the terminal also, you can execute. Just say Python, the name of the file, demo.py. Sorry, demo.py. From there also, from here also, you'll get the output. See, good evening and 30. You can see this good evening 30. If you want to unselect, unselect both if it doesn't want. Yes. Cloud Shell, see here, 1 second and come back to this. Cloud Shell. Linux based VM. It is a Linux based VM. I'm coming to that, right? Yes, yes. Cloud Shell, it is a Linux based virtual machine. Linux based virtual machine. Whenever we get a Google Cloud account, right, they will be given with a Cloud Shell with some all Linux VM. It is totally free. Linux VM, nothing but a Cloud Shell. Here we use commands, Linux commands. So even you need to have some basic knowledge of Linux commands also. Later I discuss about that Linux commands, which are the used commands for our. What is the size of the VM? Size of virtual machine. Size of virtual machine, right? 5 GB storage it gives. 5 GB storage it gives. See this 5 GB storage. Just someone now asked that what is the storage capacity means 5 GB. Cloud Shell comes with pre-installed libraries. Cloud Shell comes with predefined, pre-installed, otherwise pre-installed, right? Pre-installed libraries. It comes with pre-installed libraries like Python, Java, Node.js, Docker, Terraform. See here, Cloud Shell, I said it's a Linux VM. So it comes with 5 GB storage. Will write code in editor. We can run in terminal. We can run in both, I said. So here we are not installing. It comes with the predefined libraries, right? So for example, if you want to see here, you are not installed Python or directly you are working with Python. I didn't install it. You want to know the Python version, hyphen version, Python version, you can see the Python version, Python 3.12. What is it? Python 3.12. If you want to work with Python interactive mode, if you want to interact with Python statement by statement, just directly you can say Python and you can interact. I'm asking what is 3 plus 5? It gives the response. 23 into 44. 23 into 45. You can interact. X has 10. Y has 20. I want to say what is X, what is Y. It displays X plus Y. Interactive. We can interact with it. X into 2. X squared. 10 square means double star. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. In this way, if you want to come out of this, say quit, come out of this. Even we have got Java installed. If you want to write Java code, right, you can write Java code. If you want to say Java hyphen version, Java hyphen version, you can say Java hyphen version, say enter. We can see the Java version, Java 17.0 version. Even if you want to see Docker hyphen version, all are pre-installed. Everything Docker hyphen version. Mostly we prefer to work with command line and both console also. Docker is a platform designed to help developers build, share, and run these applications. So we have many client libraries. I'm saying pre-installed libraries. You no need to install anything. Even if you want terminal settings are there, here you can see terminal settings. You want the color themes, text size, font. Here also for this editor, you can see here. Yes. So coming back here, so I said 4 ways. 4 ways. First is console, Cloud Shell. Next is like Cloud SDK. You can say Cloud SDK. I'll talk about this SDK because we have got some installations, download and installations to be done. So if you understand here, it is a web-based GUI interface to interact with GCP services. Okay, one second. Here, if you see the difference between these different ways of interacting with this web-based GUI interface to interact. GCP services. Here, first thing. Second thing, see that points here. Here we create resource. Here we create resource. We delete resource. Update resource. A resource. We are saying create a resource, delete a resource, update a resource. Update a resource. And also we can also perform apply or revoke some permissions. So we can create, delete, update, apply or revoke some permissions, right? It is a visual interface. See, I'm talking resource. Difference between a service and a resource. Difference between a service and a resource. What is a service? What is a resource? Service in a simple way, right? Service offered by GCP. Offered by GCP. Resource created by user. Created by user. We have many resources. We have many resources. Sorry, we have many services. Examples. BigQuery. GCS. Pub or sub. Created by, see, resource also created by user. Any number of resources. Any number of resources can be created. In the above BigQuery, we create resources. Table 1, table 2, like we will create tables. In the same way, in GCS, we create resources. So service offered by GCP, resource created by the user. In the above BigQuery, we create resources like bucket 1, bucket 2, so on, right? Yes. Now see this, we refresh resource and service, right? Resources you are creating. You are creating. for your own project purpose. Resources you are creating for your own project purpose. Service. Services are offered by GCP for their business purpose. For this business purpose. Okay. If I want to create any resource, I use console. If I want to delete any resource, I use console. I can modify the resources. I can assign the permissions. Yes. Cloud shell, right? Web-based CLI to interact with GCP services. Here we use commands to interact. So here commands means, for example, ls command is there. ls, what it list out to remove a resource. Yes. Here also the same thing, right? In Cloud Shell also, here also we can create resource, delete, update, apply, revoke, right? These things we can perform in this. The same thing we can also perform in Cloud Shell also. It is a command line interface, right? Just I'm pasting here. Here also we create a resource, delete resource, update resource, apply, revoke some permissions. So here Cloud SDK, it's a software development kit. It is a software development kit. Software development kit. Software development kit. We need to download and we need to install this. Later I'll show you. We need to download. We need to download and install on local machine. And install on local machine. Local Windows machine. To interact with GCP services. And one more thing, it is not a web-based. It is first two, Cloud Shell, console, both are web-based. It is not web-based. It is not web-based. It is a local-based. In local system will be installing. It is local-based. It is local-based. Yes. It is also like it is a command line interface. Command line interface. See, Cloud Shell, second one, third one, both are command line. Both Cloud Shell and Cloud SDK. Or command line. Or command line. Command line interfaces. Both uses commands. Both uses commands to interact with GCP services, right? Yes. Okay, I'll come back to this third API, this Cloud Console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK. There are three differences. These three are used for interacting with your GCP services. First one. Okay, now it's web-based. This is also web-based. Web-based. Software development kit. Software development kit. Not web-based. It is not web-based. We need to download. Just a second. Give me a second. Web-based software development kit, not web-based. We need to download. We need to download and install. This local based, not web-based, local based. Second thing, interact with GCP services visually. Second one, this one Cloud Shell. Interact with GCP services using commands. The same thing here also. It uses interact with GCP services using commands in Cloud SDK also. What we perform. Create resource. So you can see these things. You can say this. We create resource, we delete resource. Update resource, apply revoke ends. Same. Here also, same it does. Here also, same it does. Okay, fine. So these three ways, one more like APIs are there, like Cloud Shell, Cloud Console, Cloud SDK. How we download, how we install, step by step, I'll be showing you. All right. So you can just check with this course content, right? In brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about this services. Check with this. GCP fundamentals, GCP, that is Google Cloud Storage Cloud SQL, setting up databases, BigQuery for building data warehouse, big data processing, Databricks for PySpark processing, data flow, Apache Beam development, Cloud Composer orchestration, right? And data fusion, data integration service, D- DBT, Airflow, and Terraform. Okay, introduction to Google Cloud Platform, GCP data. You can see that in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about all these things. Right, getting started with GCP, getting the GCP subscription, storage and databases in GCP. Storage and databases in GCP, right? Yes. And GCS, Google Cloud Storage, setting up data lake using GCS. Cloud SQL, setting up database in Cloud SQL, data ingestions, data processing, data warehousing analytics, BigQuery for building data warehouse with many working examples. Data proc, build data, that is big data processing, ELT, data pipelines using data proc, Databricks, PySpark processing in GCP, ELT pipeline using Databricks, integration of Spark on Dataproc and BigQuery, data flow, Cloud PubSub and Google Cloud Composer, right? Data fusion, Cloud functions, Terraform, data pipelines using DBT, Airflow, and BigQuery, machine learning in GCP, and security monitoring and governance, real world GCP, data engineering scenarios, right? Yes. So I was talking, you'll be getting each and every live session videos, soft copy of this class notes, assignments and tasks to work, a WhatsApp group where you can have direct interaction with me. Any errors you can take snap and post in that. Interview questions, around 200 interview questions, live interactive hands-on sessions. So already, yes, you will be, once you get enrolled, you will be getting Unix, Linux, shell scripting videos around 120 free access, and MySQL videos of 35 and basic Python videos of 30. You'll be getting free access for all these things once you get enrolled, right? Yes. And also I said, according to the pay scales also, so this data engineers has got the highest average salaries as closely as data scientist. The highest paying jobs, data scientist and data engineers. Like, so pursuing data engineer career will never let you down. So data engineer jobs are emerging jobs, right? If it's in this century. So many companies, they are hiring data engineers at a great salary packages, and they have got offering high paying jobs for data engineers. So next week we'll be starting with the actual things, the installation, getting the free subscription and working with all the things practically, what the installation step by step, clear notes, and you'll be getting the video set. Okay, fine. Yes, it will be covered, right? Yes, Banu Prashad, it will be covered. So yes, I doesn't want to enter into more into technicals as of now. So once we'll be seeing step by step, then from this getting the subscription onwards, right? So next week the link will be changing. So next week, so the timing of this batch will be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. But next week, okay, batch timing will be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. But for next week, it will be starting at 3 only. Okay. So once you get enrolled, right, you'll be getting the videos to your Google Drive. You'll be getting the link, notes to your Gmail, a WhatsApp. You'll be added to the WhatsApp group, right? Yes. So from the next week, you will start with the actual things and some. So just I was showing you something, right? That how to get interaction with the GCP services. Any other queries you got, anyone, right? Okay, so get enrolled for getting the link, notes, videos, everything, and you will be getting, you can just, as a prerequisites, once you get today or tomorrow, if you get enrolled, you can go through the prerequisites like Linux, or this MySQL and this basic Python videos, right? By the meanwhile, for the next week, right? You can just go to the Python basic videos, MySQL videos, and this Linux videos, right? So from next week, we'll be starting with the things, right? Classes is a weekly batch, right? It is a weekly batch. It's not, it's a weekend batch. It's not a daily. Saturdays 2.5 hours, Sunday also it will be for 2.5 hours, right? Initially it will be for 2 hours, later will be extending to 2.5 hours. It will goes for 12 weekends. Around 3 months we'll be spending time for this. You can see we have got you can see that length of the syllabus. We are covering a lot of things, right? Fine. So you can see in the Zoom chat, right? A big message is given by this online team. The contact details of this online team. You can see a big message by this online team. It is given, right? The contact details of them. That is course content details for their contact details and the payment details. If you want to pay through Google Pay or Phone Pay, the account details, everything they are provided. You can check with that, right? If you got any queries related to the payments, other things, right? Yes. Fine. So if I'm done with this, so I will sign off for now. Meet you next Saturday. More discussion on this, right? From next Saturday and Sunday, we'll be discussing the actual things. So the sessions will be extended from next Saturday and Sunday, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you.